Good evening, PA Figs here. So I wanted to do a quick video, kind of random thoughts, random updates, just a little bit of freeform fun for tonight. So let's go around the orchard and just listen to my ramblings. Alright, Greenacia, one of my absolute favorite figs. Absolute favorite green fig. It's had figs on it, it got an early start to some extent in the hoop house, and nothing's frickin' ripening. It drives me bonkers every year. Every year it gets loaded with figs and I get just a few to eat. It absolutely drives me bonkers. This year I'm gonna set that hoop house back up and put it in it, and damn it, I'm getting some frickin' ripe Greenacias to eat. It drives me absolutely insane. I give it full sun, prime spot, and it just refuses to ripen. Alright, let's see what else we got here as I walk. Ooh, here's another one that I have to do a fig video on. I forgot. I have to do that after this video. This is Larg. I can never remember the rest of the name of it, but Larg is the one word I put on the tree that I can remember. So I have to look it up in Pond's book to see what the rest of it is. Looks pretty good. See it? Little sneak peek. Little preview. Alright. Let's see. Where else are we going? Panache. Panache. Such a beautiful fig. Hates the Northeast. Absolutely hates it. Explodes with any humidity. Just does not like to ripen up here. But it is pretty. Alright, where else are we going here? Oh, let's go back here. Okay. Fico Bianco. Pain in the ass fig. Absolute pain in the butt. So when it produces figs, they're a delicious honey fig. Half the time, here's one right here, it produces non-viable figs. And they drop, or they get big and look like they're ripe, and you crack them open and they're dry inside. It's a real pain in the butt. I think this one may have seen its last year here in the orchard. Alright, what else we got? Let's see. Who's next? Ooh, another one that I have to do a fig video on. This is a Borgia Sold Greasy. Dropped the first, I don't know, half dozen figs. And this is, I think, one of the last, probably the last fig I'm going to get on it. These guys here, whatever that mutant fig is there, butt fig, looks like a butt. That's not going to ripen in time. This guy, though, I got to wait one more day. Hope he hangs on for one more day and nothing gets to him. He's not quite fully ripe yet. Alright, what else? What else we got? Italian 258. Been a great fig this year. Really hasn't enjoyed the rainstorms we've been getting lately. Coulomb Coulomb Blanca Negra. I've been showing people, I think I'm one of the first people probably in the US to actually have a dark fig and a green fig on the same thing. And I think what the trick is with this fig, it's not that they produce solid green, solid black fig. It's that they're right on the edge when they produce. So the fig could kind of go either way, and they don't get real dark. Although this one's pretty darn dark here, but... Alright, what else we got? Oh, my black Madera. Black Madera is not doing well this year. I root pruned it last year. I used a compost sand mixture, which a lot of the trees aren't liking, and I think that's what the problem is. So I gotta tear out some of that and put some fresh soil in, but really not liking life right now. Usually one of my healthiest trees. I figured I'd be proactive and root prune it last year, and it's just not doing well. So we'll see. I'll have to fix it up a little bit. Barnasote. Oh, looking forward to these. These were a standout last year. Big red figs. Only problem is, as you can see, they've got this big open eye that just about every bug in its mom likes. But loaded with figs again this year. JH Adriatic. Everybody loves this fig. I don't know. It's good when it ripens. Man, it takes forever for the frickin' thing to ripen. It's worse than, well, maybe not worse than Greenacia, but not much better than Greenacia. So we'll see what happens with that guy. Rob's Genovese. Absolute huge figs on that sucker. Off topic. Plumeria. Finally getting some Plumeria blooms on my Plumeria. Alright, what else we got here? Let's see. Nothing to see over there. This is my Coulomb Roja that is growing funky. I air layered the top to try to get a straight tree. I think I'm going to end up with 2 crooked trees, but what are you going to do? These are my 5-gallon sips. I don't know how people keep these trees going in these 5-gallon sips. It's like they need to be root pruned every year. And this one needs to be root pruned. And that one needs to be root pruned. Ooh, I know what I can show you guys. See this? That's a spotted lanternfly right there. So I had to stay home from work today. Our dog broke a bone, and we had to keep him off his leg, so we've been taking turns staying home. And I swear, the freaking lanternflies were attacking. Let's see how many are. Oh, there's not many here now. Earlier today, this entire wall was filled with lanternflies. They're an invasive pest, primarily in Pennsylvania, but spreading. You can see they're actually kind of pretty, but they're supposed to be pretty detrimental to apples and stone fruit and other things. But you can see a couple more in the windows down there. When I came out here earlier, with no exaggeration, you couldn't find a piece of leaf or a piece of vegetation that didn't have at least one on it. Now I'm looking around, I don't know where the heck they all went. I don't know if they get eaten or if they find some place to crawl into for the night. And this is my wife's strawberry patch and flower patch. You can see she's been taking real good care of it this year. Needs to be weeded just a little bit. And the horseradish that we thought we pulled out, well, that's back fully. So yeah, we really need to do some weeding here. Just been a busy summer, haven't had a lot of time. Alright, back on the hunt. Oh, here's a good one. Raphael, if you're watching, gave me this Plumeria. It was really not looking good. Managed to change the soil out, give it a little love. It's coming along real nice now. A couple of blueberries, a Satsuma orange. Alright. This is my Lenka Ramada. Unfortunately, it's been pretty unhealthy until recently. And I left it in the greenhouse too long, so you can see the figs are damaged. But, I mean, some beautiful striping on it. Real nice striping. And I got one just starting to ripen over here. Kind of buried. It'll probably ripen while I'm gone this weekend. That'll figure. This is my Parjal Ramada. And Harvey actually gave me a little hope. He posted a picture of his showing that the stripes on it don't actually show up until it starts to ripen. And I was getting all disgruntled because, as you see, mine have no stripes. But unfortunately, the ones in the greenhouse get all sorts of critters on them, so you can't really judge it anyway. And it doesn't get the right pigmentation in the greenhouse. God, look at the mealy bugs. I had a terrible... We've had so much wet weather this year. No matter how many times I spray, I can't get them under control. And the greenhouse is just a freaking mess right now. I mean, it's just an absolute forest. I have some cantaloupes growing in here, although I see one missing, which means it probably fell and splattered all over the ground. Oh, there's one over there growing. There's a couple of other things that are waiting up potting in there. And this is the the Blanca Negra air layer that I took, which is just growing absolutely freaking wild in here. I'm gonna have to take some serious cuttings off of that. I have a week-long vacation coming up. After I get back from that, I'll pull this out and let it harden off a little in the sun. My wife's cucumber vines, much like her other garden, are out of control. It's not even producing very good cucumbers anymore. I think it gets too hot in here for them. It's producing all these crazy looking things. Bee balm I got my wife. It's starting to bloom down there. What else have we got here? This is... What is this? This is from Vito. This is the Daloso. Growing real nice. Boy, and this guy's not looking too good in here. Just not looking like he's loving the greenhouse. Maybe getting too hot. But that, I believe, is my white Madera. Yep. guy's got some life to him, looking pretty good in here, but pests again. This is Sakura Black. Galicia Negro over here. A little VDB buried in here about the fruit. Fruit flies, I love that guy. This is a family's favorite. It defoliated, but it's growing back. Pastilliere, I don't really know why I keep that one around. Doesn't seem to ever do well. Little Coulomb Blanc on the back. This is a, what is it called? Poinsettia that came back from the dead and really likes the greenhouse. And then we got my ghost pepper. Really stinking hot pepper. And you might be saying what everybody else says to me, well, if it's so hot, why do you grow it? We like to make jam out of it. We make a hot jelly. It's a hot pepper jelly, and it's really, really tasty. You only need 1 or 2 of these peppers, and then about 6 cups to 12 cups of sugar, depending on how much you want to make. And then a little bit of pectin, a little bit of lemon juice, and it makes some delicious, delicious jam. It's about time I start making it. I got plenty of peppers. Anybody ever wants to try one, stop on by. I'll enjoy watching you try it. What else we got in here? Got 2 figs waiting to be picked up. Justin, that's calling you out, buddy. Time to come pick them up. Your Preto and your Giotto Nero. Actually, you even wanted the bigger Giotto Nero that's out in the yard, and that's fine too. So I got an extra Giotto Nero if anybody's looking to buy one. Let's see, what else we got in here? Just a mess. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, I did move these guys out. I wasn't going to move them out, but the greenhouse just was getting too crowded and pest-filled. So I figured I'd take these guys out and let them get a little sunshine. Keep them on the side of the greenhouse here so that they can adjust and acclimate. But this is my Butternut Negro Ramada. And you can see the humidity, it just completely exploded. So let's go ahead and might as well pick that guy. Kind of see it. Really did not do well in the greenhouse. Some figs like the don't do too bad with humidity. Other figs like this and Panache and a few others just apparently absolutely hate it. So that's pretty much a wasted fig. But got a whole bunch more started. We'll see. I may put them back in the greenhouse when the fall comes. Get it cleaned out, get all the pests out of there, and pop her back in. Behind it is my Coulomb Roja. Again, it's got all sorts of junk on it from being in the greenhouse and just getting dirty. Greenhouse is not a clean area. My fault. I don't keep it up as well as I should. But one thing to notice is the necks on these. You can see they've got the necks that Coulomb has. Where the other variety, I had told people I have a Spanish variety of Coulomb Roja and an American variety. Well, let me show you the American variety. Let me figure out. So that's a good question. Where did I put the American variety? I think it was over here. Let me see. Is that what this is? That's what this guy is. And of course, there's not a single fig anywhere on it to compare. I had 1 fig off of it, and that's been it. So, oh, look at that. There's some sort of mystery vine growing up my figs. Where is that coming from? Oh, kill that off. Alright, well, you can see the American Coulomb Roja has significantly fingered leaves with variegated leaves. Not variegated. You know what I mean. Lots of nooks and crannies. The Spanish version over there, zoom in, has primarily spade leaves. I don't know if that's because it was in the greenhouse or a younger plant or what, but we're going to keep an eye on the difference between the two. See what happens. Alright, any other additional ramblings? I think that's about it. Oh, side yard. I almost forgot. Let me drop this nasty fig. Side yard. Let's go to side yard. feel like I should play music while I walk, like, come with me on a mystery. Alright, side yard. Improved Celeste has been pumping out the figs. I mean, pumping them out. I've been getting probably a good 20 figs a day off this tree. It's been pretty impressive. Bifere starting to produce. Getting some nice figs off of that. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, I wanted to show this. So Flanders. Last year, Flanders would not ripen for the bejesus of me. And this year, it took a long time to put on figs. But they look like they got to that stagnant stage. Might beginning to start to think about swelling. We'll see what happens. They might just be teasing me. I think they did that to me last year too. Soda Sicilian, not loving life. I gotta try to root prune it this year. Now, however, behind it is that Home Depot Chicago Hardy I planted in ground against the south side of my house, which died back every year. Well, we had that mild winter last year, and now it's just a freaking ginormous beast. It's huge. And it didn't produce very good figs last year, so we'll see how they go this year. Now, this is the one I'm looking forward to. So, this is my Giotto Nero. And you can see it is loaded with figs. I mean, just absolutely loaded. And it looks like, maybe, if I'm lucky, let's see, there's a little bit of blush on them. So with any luck, they're gonna start to produce. They'll start to swell and produce those big, bold, beautiful, delicious figs. They look very much like a black Madera. They just lack that berry punch. A black Madera is an 11 on a 10 scale. These are like a 10. Anything else over here of interest? That fig may need to be up potted. Just a guess. One more. Oh, Butternut Squash. I didn't know I planted that, but it's growing. Alright, one more thing over here. Let's see. Ooh, if anybody likes roses, absolute favorite rose. Double Delight. Beautiful fragrance on the Double Delight. Just absolutely love it. Grew up with them, brings back a lot of childhood memories. Favorite rose. Alright. Taking the long way around here, because there is one more fig to take a look at. This is my Black Madera UC Davis, and it really put on a lot of growth this year, but then as soon as it put out figs, it stopped. It was like, oh, I've only got so much energy. I can either put out figs or I can grow. And I'm like, okay, we'll put out figs. Okay, but I'm not growing. So it's pretty much stopped growing, but loaded up with figs. And if these ripen, this will be the first year I really got decent figs off of this tree. I've had it. This is one of the first trees I grew, actually. So, looking forward to those hopefully ripening. We'll see what happens. Alright, hope you enjoyed my ramblings. I'm PA Figs. Keep on figging.